Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video, here to cover the Steam game deals under the price of $2 as a part of their Black Friday deals that are running right now. Told you guys this video was coming, and here it is. A lot of smaller games, a lot of older titles, and that's generally the case. Like, these Black Friday deals, they're good, but they're about the deals we see year-round. Black Friday kind of happens regularly, but nonetheless, the videos perform really well. And like I said, I gotta keep the lights on. It's hard times out here with chicken being $3.59 a pound, but let's just get right into it, and let's kick things off with Hitman Absolution. Always talk up Hitman Absolution, and was in fact one of the very first games that I played on my gaming PC. I remember it coming out, getting it right away, and playing it on like a 720p TV, and being absolutely blown away by it from a visual standpoint. And you know what? It's been 13 years since the game initially came out. It still looks pretty good, but it's more of a linear focused action stealth title. World of Assassination and newer Hitman games are just these far bigger games with tons of levels and whatnot, but Absolution is a really solid game, and I would say for $1.99, it's pretty good. Definitely would recommend that. And then I'd be remiss if I don't mention Hitman Blood Money for 99 cents. While Hitman Absolution was really my first foray into getting into Hitman, Blood Money is the one game that everybody seems to really love. Like, Blood Money is a beloved game, and to get it for 99 cents, I think is a great pickup. 6,100 reviews, 94% positive, just shy of that overwhelmingly positive threshold. So hey, if you buy it and you end up enjoying it, maybe consider giving them a positive review so you can get them to that overwhelmingly positive territory if you do end up enjoying it. But 99 cents on that. And by the way, there's a Hitman Essential Collection bundle with both Blood Money and Absolution. $2.08 on that. So you're just paying 9 cents on top of Absolution's regular price to get Blood Money as well. That's a great deal, so definitely would recommend that. Next up, we do have SteamWorld Dig 2. This is a Metroidvania that I often go to bat for as well. It's just the Metroidvania market and games like this are so steep in terms of the competition and just a lot of depth into the quality of games. A good problem to have, but that makes quality games like SteamWorld Dig 2 still go a little bit under the radar. I love the visual style to this game. The gameplay was solid, just had a lot of charm to it, and for $1.19, that is a great deal. Now, this game was, I believe, given out for free on Steam a while ago, but many of you probably missed out on that, so if you did, $1.19 on that is pretty good. Next up, we got Psychonauts, 80% off for $1.99, a beloved game from Double Fine. The classic action-adventure platformer from acclaimed developers Double Fine Productions follows the story of a young psychic named Rasputin in his quest to join the Psychonauts, an elite group of international psychic secret agents. He breaks into their secret training facility, whispering a rock psychic summer camp, but this is no average psychic summer camp. A mysterious villain has kidnapped Raz's fellow campers and stolen their brains, and now he must use his psychic powers of telekinesis, levitation, and most of all, his ability to project himself into the minds of others. Psychonauts is available for $1.99, a classic platformer here. And after you play through this, maybe you'll want to check out Psychonauts 2 as well. Next up, F.E.A.R loan sales, 90% off for $1.49. Whenever this gets super cheap, it seems like I glaze it quite a lot. But a really good game. And it's a post-apocalyptic game that I think has a really cool way of doing its setting. It's not zombie-filled or anything like that. It's this kind of melancholic game, a little bit darker in aesthetic and more based on its atmosphere and exploration, but I think it's pretty well done. Fairly short game, you can complete it in like 4 or 5 hours, but I remember really enjoying it, and for $1.49, if you want something that's a little bit more relaxing, even in this kind of darker aesthetic, I do feel like the game is kind of tranquil in that regard, but $1.49 on that, great deal there. Next up, we got F.E.A.R, RIP Monolith Productions, but it is 80% off for $1.99. This is an absolutely iconic horror game that a lot of people love. A little bit before my time, to be fair. F.E.A.R 2, I remember vividly playing that back when F.E.A.R 2 came out, or maybe the year after F.E.A.R 2 came out. Played it on 360, but F.E.A.R 1 is a throwback horror action shooter that even if you go back and play it now, like I played it years and years after it initially came out, F.E.A.R 1 that is, and I thought it was a pretty well done game, all things considered. It's gonna be a little bit dated, but still, going back and playing games like this, very enjoyable, and Monolith, Man, when you do games like F.E.A.R and you do games like Middle-earth and it just ends up with you just getting shut down anyway, kind of a depressing state of affairs in the gaming world, but it is what it is, as I often say. $1.99 on that. Next up, we have Risk of Rain, 80% off for $1.99. Incredibly beloved game. Risk of Rain is one of those classic downloadable titles, and I say downloadable in the sense of smaller scale games, like back in the time when Risk of Rain came out. You know, these games were still coming into the play. I mean, I feel like this was a little bit farther on, but a really well-received game, an action platformer with roguelike elements with permanent death as a primary feature. Players will have to play their best to get as far as possible, fight on a mysterious planet with randomly spawning enemies and bosses either alone or with 3 friends in online co-op play as well. Again, that has you play and unlock 12 unique characters, fight through hordes of different enemies and bosses, get lost and discover 10 massive levels, recruit and help a wide variety of drones, from missile drones to healing drones, and unlock the lore of the game through the item and monster logs. $1.99 on that. Next up, we've got Just Cause 2, 90% off for $1.49. Often on this channel, I recommend Just Cause 3, and Just Cause 3 is great, but Just Cause 2 is also a pretty decent open world game. Now, much smaller in scale comparatively to Just Cause 3. Just Cause 2 will show its age quite a lot, and this Just Cause 2 came in an era where the open world genre wasn't like absolutely exploding, and the level of the open worlds just getting bigger and bigger and with so much depth. It really didn't quite hit that level yet. Just Cause 2 is a little bit more contained, but still has that level of insanity that Just Cause is known for, and the fun factor is still absolutely there. Once again, like I always say, this isn't a game where you're going to get invested into the narrative of one Rico Rodriguez, but you will enjoy the game for what it is, and I think as far as action gameplay and an over-the-top open world, you absolutely get that in Just Cause 2. Next up, we got a couple Scribblenauts games. Scribblenauts Unmasked, a DC Comics adventure, is $1.99, which I think is a really solid deal, and then Scribblenauts Unlimited is on sale as well for $1.99. Scribblenauts is a fun time. Unmasked being in the DC universe, I think a lot of people will get a kick out of that, and Scribblenauts Unlimited, a really well-received game with a 93% positive reception as well. $1.99 on both of those, pretty solid pickup there. Next up, we got F.E.A.R, 73% off for $1.88, done by that game company. I remember vividly when F.E.A.R was coming out on the PlayStation 3, and it was one of the early downloadable titles on the PlayStation 3 that a lot of people were touting as this like hidden great game, and you know, again, downloadable titles were still at their infancy at that point as far as those smaller scale downloadable games. F.E.A.R ended up being a game that really resonated with a lot of people. I wasn't blown away by it like that. Like, I played it initially, and maybe it was a factor of me being super young and not being able to appreciate a game like this, but as far as a relaxing game goes, F.E.A.R absolutely has that, and it is more of a less so a game and more of an experience, however you do want to assess it, but for $1.88, I do think it's worth a pickup, so check that out. Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time, 80% off for $1.99. Now, to be fair, there's a lot of rumblings that the remake of Prince of Persia, The Sands of Time is gonna get re-revealed at the Game Awards, and then also it's gonna come out in January. That's a pretty quick turnaround. We'll see if that ultimately happens, but Sands of Time, the original, still a great pickup at $1.99, and I would imagine the remake is going to end up being, you know, $50 at least, maybe even $60. Maybe even 70, who knows? But Sands of Time is the Prince of Persia game that everybody loves. It is a really, really solid pickup for what it is. Like, again, I didn't grow up playing Sands of Time, so I'm not going to go absolutely gush about it. But again, it's beloved, so check that out. Now, a game I am going to gush about, Prince of Persia 2008. 80% off for $1.99 on this as well. I loved Prince of Persia 2008. I love the art style. You know, back in the day, I was okay with more challenging games, but something like Prince of Persia being so easy, I was kind of into it from that standpoint as well. It let me appreciate the art style, the parkour, the platforming, and that is the element of Prince of Persia that I thought home run, they knocked it out of the park with, and I really dug the game for $1.99. Again, I think it's a great pickup. It's one of the more underrated games of that era, and that era of gaming is just an era that I'm very nostalgic with. with. But yeah, Prince of Persia 08, $1.99 on that. Great pickup there. FlatOut 2 is $1.99 as well. If you're looking for a vehicular carnage, you'll get that in FlatOut 2, featuring an enhanced version of the original's lauded physics engine and even faster driving track design. FlatOut 2 also boasts a plethora of improvements, 45 vehicles to wreck, 12 ragdoll minigames, 57 track combinations, and thousands of destructible objects as well. An overwhelmingly positive reception, 3,900 reviews, 95% positive, and just $1.99 on that. Next up, we have Mini Ninjas. Mini Ninjas is a game actually done by IO Interactive, yes, the Hitman guys, and it's a game that has a lot of charm to it. It's an action stealth game, but it's got a super cute style, and, you know, cute isn't a game that I think, or a descriptive word that I think draws a lot of people into a game, but in terms of charm, it's absolutely there. A game that combines furious action with stealth and exploration for an experience that appeals to a wide audience across age groups and preferences. It's an action-adventure with a strong focus on allowing the player freedom to explore the world and has depth to allow for varied gameplay as well. Very positive reception on this one, 1,300 reviews, 88% positive. And then lastly, we have Arcane Studios, yes, the guys that did Dishonored, Arx Fatalis. Now this is a very old game. It's going to be a little bit dated, a lot dated to be honest. 67% off for $1.64. The critically acclaimed first-person RPG from Arcane takes the player on an amazing journey into the fantasy world of Arx. It's wrought with turmoil, brought to the brink of destruction by a violent war. The sun has disappeared from overhead to shroud the world in eternal darkness, forcing communities to begin inhabiting underground mines. Build your champion, wield powerful magic, and forge your own path through an immersive world. That for $1.64. Arcane Studios did a phenomenal job with their newer titles, and you can check out a classic for $1.64. But that is going to do it for me. Again, a lot of great deals under the price of $2. Links to everything, as always, in the description box below, and that's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate it if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.